What has been happening lately with the FTX fallout continuing to spread? The rumors are rife with allegations that various people connected with FTX are attempting to flee in order to escape possible prison time. We'll cover everything in this episode of Future Digital. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder and leader of failed crypto company FTX and its closely associated Alameda Research, has not been arrested, and this is making people angry. Remember, he used somewhere in the range of $10 billion of FTX investment to prop up Alameda, and it still managed to fail. Terms like fraud and swindler are swirling around him. In the days before the November 11th announcement that FTX had filed for bankruptcy, lawyers, investors, and more urged him to step down as CEO, but he notoriously clung to his position, largely to the detriment of the company and all affected. It seems he thought for some reason that he could save the situation. Of course, he eventually agreed and stepped down. Since then, there have been a number of startling discoveries about what exactly happened and how Bankman-Fried behaved. Thousands of customers have lost money, and companies associated with FTX are continuing to experience severe pressure, especially in terms of transparency. What this means is that people and companies connected to these companies want to know exactly what's been going on and how they are managed. Enter BlockFi, a major cryptocurrency lender. They just declared bankruptcy as well, citing significant exposure to the FTX scandal and the liquidity crisis in their own company as a result. BlockFi claims that they have somewhere between $1 billion and $10 billion tied up with FTX. My question is, which is it? 1 or 10 billion? That's a factor of 10. How can you not know? While BlockFi says that they had loaned Alameda this money, and they themselves did nothing wrong like Bankman-Fried did, I'd say this is still pretty suspicious if you don't know how much money is potentially lost, especially as we're talking about billions of dollars. This is the GDP of a small country. BlockFi itself owes more than 100,000 creditors. These crypto lenders are essentially the banks of the crypto world, but it's not regulated. One example is that in July of this year, BlockFi penned a deal with FTX for a loan of $400 million. In return, FTX would buy it back for $240 million. Huh? BlockFi's two largest competitors, Celsius Network and Voyager Digital, also filed for bankruptcy in July. Why? Extreme market conditions. I guess extreme market conditions is crypto code for shady deals. I used to be opposed to regulation in the cryptoverse. I'm changing my mind, and rather quickly too. You see, crypto lenders are not required to hold capital or basically liquidity. Regular lenders are like banks. So a crypto lender can lend you money that doesn't exist. It creates its own cryptocurrency, and that's what your loan is based on. If someone wants to collect, it's paid in that cryptocurrency. But it only has value if people trust it and believe that it has value. This is reckless and dangerous, and now we're all seeing why. Back to Bankman-Fried. In a phone interview last weekend, he said that even at this point, there were numerous parties interested in bailing them out. But who? He didn't provide a single name. This sort of behavior from him is nothing new, and people are starting to see this now. Where is he? Apparently still in the Bahamas. While he may be living a less luxurious lifestyle than before, he's still free. There are numerous people who have tracked him down and photographed him. Some are even live streaming from outside his apartment. This is actually pretty dangerous if you think about it. He lost a ton of people's money. He's not untouchable. Perhaps he really should consider turning himself in to US authorities for his own safety. That said, he will in theory be testifying next month in Washington. If anyone can understand what it takes to carry out massive acts of fraud, it's Washington. But remember when FTX went down and then it got hacked for nearly $500 million? That hacker still hasn't been caught. It was suggested that it might have been Bankman-Fried himself, but I guess there's no proof. However, that hacker is now apparently trying to cash out of their hack. They managed to successfully convert the money to Ethereum, and whoever this hacker is, he is now the 35th largest holder of Ethereum. Good grief, who are the larger 34? 34 people with more than $500 million in Ethereum. Anyway, how did this hacker pull it off? The same way regular money launderers do it. Lots of trading in disreputable locations. Except instead of using offshore accounts galore, we're talking about a crypto hack. I could explain it, but it would just sound like a lot of random letters to most people. Essentially, the hacker traded various coins on one platform for various coins on another platform, back and forth, repeat, use many crypto wallets, and voila, your money is now clean.
It's your money. You don't pay it back. It's yours. And it's cleaned. It is now laundered.
And now for this episode's fact about Estonia. There has for years now been a popular myth that Estonia has the most supermodels per capita of any country in the world. I've spent hours trying to track this down, and it all seems to come from a random Facebook post that isn't public, so I can't share it. While there's no real proof for this claim, the magical number of 74 keeps appearing, as in 74 fashion models per million people. If true, this would indeed make Estonia first in the world for models per capita, but there's only one Carmen Kass from this country. And while what people define as beauty differs from one country to another country, the one common theme amongst almost all successful models is height. Turns out that Estonian men and women are the third tallest in the world. I myself am 185 centimeters tall, or 6'1", and that just so happens to be the average height here for men. That means that half of all Estonian men are taller than I am. So my question is, if Estonian women are also tall, why is Estonia's women's basketball in 60th place in the world? I guess you can't play basketball on a catwalk.